I've spent my whole life in the media. My dad was in the media. Like that is a big part of the revelation that's changed my life is the media are part of the control apparatus. Like there's no.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you an update on the Tucker Carlson departure from Fox News. Now, when I first covered this story, I didn't really know if he had been fired, if he resigned, if there was a mutual split. I didn't know exactly what happened, but now I think I know what happened. He most likely has been fired by the big dog himself, Rupert Murdoch, the guy who owns Fox News, New York Post, that guy. And there may have been a woman involved. Now, I'm not saying Tucker did anything inappropriate with a woman, but there was a woman involved here, and that may have caused him to get fired. Now, we're going to get to all that evidence in a moment, but first, here is the first piece of evidence that lets me know Tucker was fired. Now, you see the headline here. Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon hire a top Hollywood lawyer. They have the same lawyer because remember, Don Lemon just got fired from CNN the other day. He was speaking out on Twitter talking about, I'm shocked. I had no idea, all this and that and the third. He's lawyered up. So has Tucker. Now, if you quit a job, if you resign, and it's not really a thing like, okay, you weren't really pushed out. There was no pressure to leave. You just quit on your own. Why would you hire a lawyer? You hired a lawyer because there was some funny stuff going on and there was not a mutual amicable split. Okay. So that lets me know that he was fired. And this kind of goes into what I was saying about Tucker and Don Lemon possibly swapping places. Okay. Some guys may say, hey man, you're crazy. Don would never go to Fox. Tucker would never go to CNN, but why not? Tucker used to work for CNN back in the day in the early 2000s. From 2000 to 2005, Tucker worked at CNN, and then he went from there to MS-13 DNC from 05 to 09, right around that time. And then he came to Fox in 09 to right now, 2013. So it wouldn't be that far-fetched for him to go right back to CNN where he started. You know, they got a new guy, the new head honcho over there, Chris Licht. And he's getting rid of a lot of the old talent, your Chris Cuomo's and all these people. Little Brian Stelter, now Don Lemon. Why not bring on Tucker Carlson? And then as far as as far as Don Lemon being on Fox, I mean, that wouldn't be a big stretch. Okay, you got two LGBT people, right? You have Don Lemon and then you have Caitlyn Jenner. Now, who's more of the conservative? Don Lemon or Caitlyn Jenner? You tell me. Just by hearing those two names, knowing how they are, how they operate, or whatever, how they live their lives, who's more conservative? I'll wait, but I digress. So that's that part. And here's another part of it. Now, they're saying that Tucker may have been fired because of this woman right here. Now, that is not who I was speaking about when I said there was a woman involved. Maybe I should have been more correct. There are women involved in this case. But I think there's one woman who may have sealed Tucker's fate. Now, this person right here is suing Fox, talking about, oh, there was a hostile work environment, all this and that, and the third. And she is implicating Tucker in this. But from what I was able to read, she never even met Tucker Carlson. All she was a booking agent who worked remotely. So when guys or girls will come on the show, they might have to call her office. She might be able to get things going. And she may have heard some things on the phone from people that were coming on the show, possibly, potentially, perhaps. But that doesn't mean that's Tucker's fault. Nor does it mean Tucker fostered a negative work environment. She never even met Tucker. How are you going to tell me that there was a negative work environment when we never even met? You work at the house. What's negative? Are your cats scratching you to death? Is that the negative part? What's that got to do with me? Train Dior, your pit bull puppy, and your 14 cats how to operate in the house. Okay? But I digress. This has been mentioned as part of it, but I don't think that's exactly what is the driving force. Now, let's go to this article right here. LA Times, Tucker Carlson departs Fox News, pushed out by Rupert Murdoch. As I said, the big boss pushed him out. Rupert Murdoch is 92 years old. So his sons, daughters, or whatever are making a lot of the decisions. And they his family members were allegedly the ones that were behind the actual ousting of Tucker, but it was at the behest of Rupert himself. Now, here is a little bit of information from Vanity Fair. Let's take it with a grain of salt. But I just showed you LA Times about Rupert Murdoch. Here's another source implicating him, but there's a different little theory going on. Now, again, it's Vanity Fair. Take it with a grain of salt. But I think this makes sense because why else would you fire the top anchor on television? And if I'm wrong about that part, y'all let me know in the comments below. Who is the bigger anchor to Tucker Carlson on Fox? On television at all. On Fox, of course, he's the biggest anchor, or he was. But on television, who? Rachel Maddow? Who are we talking about? Anyway, let's get into the new theory about why Tucker may have been fired. Let's read it. A new theory has emerged. According to the source, Fox Corp chair Rupert Murdoch removed Carlson over remarks Carlson made during a speech at the Heritage Foundation 50th anniversary gala on Friday night. So this just happened. All right. Remember, his last show was Friday, April 21st, 2023. And then he gave the speech, I guess, after the show that night, I suppose. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. And then I guess he was fired right there on the spot. That's why it was such a shock. Nobody knew. It came as a surprise, all this and that. That is what I'm reading, but let's continue. Carlson laced his speech with religious overtones that even Murdoch found too extreme. The source, who was briefed on Murdoch's decision-making, said Carlson told the Heritage audience that national politics has become a Manchian battle between good and evil. Carlson said that people advocating for transgender rights and DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs want to destroy America, and they cannot be persuaded with facts. Quote, we should say that and stop engaging in these totally fraudulent debates. I've tried. That doesn't work, unquote. He said the answer Carlson suggested was prayer. Quote, I have concluded it might be worth taking just 10 minutes out of business schedule to say a prayer for the future, and I hope you will. He said, that stuff freaks Rupert out. He doesn't like all the spiritual talk, the source said. Let's get to the next part here. Here's where the woman comes into play. And again, I'm reading Vanity Fair. Take it with a grain of salt. Rupert Murdoch was perhaps unnerved by Carlson's messianism because it echoed the end times worldview of Murdoch's ex-fiancée and Leslie Smith. The source said, yes, 92 years old with the ex-fiancée that he just recently got divorced from or broke up with or whatever. I think it might have been his fifth wife. I mean, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, in my May cover story, I reported that Murdoch and Smith called off their 2-week engagement because Smith had told people Carlson was, quote, a messenger from God, unquote. Murdoch had seen Carlson and Smith discuss religion firsthand. In late March, Carlson had a dinner at Murdoch's Bel Air vineyard with Murdoch and Smith, according to the source. During dinner, Smith pulled out a Bible and started reading passages from the book of Exodus, the source said. Rupert just sat there and stared. A few days after the dinner, Murdoch and Smith called off the wedding. By taking Carlson off the air, Murdoch was also taking away his ex-favorite show. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. So, Tucker may have been fired because Rupert Murdoch's ex-fiance liked his show. Hey, you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to take a show off the air. How about that? He don't really care. I mean, he's rich. It's like, so what? I don't care nothing about nothing. You like that show? I'll take you off the air. Now, might that be fake? It could be. But tell me the other reason why Tucker would get fired from Fox. Really, from Fox. I could see if he was speaking the way he speaks on CNN or MS-13 DNC, but Fox, what he's saying fits there perfectly. Why would you fire your top guy for, like, what's the reason? With no send-off, just a random, to be gone so abruptly makes me think and believe that there was a thing that we don't know about happening behind the scenes. And that right there, the woman and Rupert Murdoch being jealous about Tucker and being her favorite, that could have been the nail in the coffin. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here with Tucker Carlson? Do you think that the reason he got fired is because Rupert Murdoch and the woman? And whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. How you feel about him going to CNN perhaps? swapping with Don Lemon. Is that too far-fetched? Is that outside of the possibility? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think that this theory makes all the sense in the world. It makes a lot of sense. Could be wrong, but we're going to see. We shall see. I don't think Tucker will say anything because he has lawyered up. But that lawyer lets me know there's some funny things happening behind the scenes, and that story I just read could be the very funny thing happening behind the scenes. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.